Getting me? The particle, if it will strike with velocity magnitude, whatever it is that you can calculate, as because it is falling through gravity, under gravity, okay, starting from rest, falling through a given height. Height I have given, yes, 20 meter. So by using the equation of kinematics, I think you can definitely find out the velocity magnitude. Yes or no? Under the gravity, we have done that these things in kinematics, right? So we can find out the velocity magnitude with which it will strike the ground, and once you can come to know that velocity value, right? Just you can check that loss in velocity magnitude will be 30%, okay, after collision. So rebouncing velocity will be 30% less than the striking velocity, right? And I am asking about the force. What I am asking? I am asking about the force. So you know that what is the relation between force, change of momentum, and the time that takes to momentum gets changing by certain magnitude. See, we have discussed these things in theoretical portion, saying that V2 is less than, yeah, that means it is losing momentum, right? Why it is losing momentum? Because it is, you can see in the general theory discussion, if you remember the diagram and the explanation which was along with the diagram, I said that whenever one body will be experiencing force against its motion before making impact, before making collision, then obviously it will undergo the change of momentum, and that will be loss in value. So here also the particle, see, the particle is falling downward. The motion of the particle is downward, but at the time of collision it is experiencing force by the impact of with the ground in the upward direction. So being force experienced by it, right, against the motion, so it is quite obvious that the striking body, the body falling under gravity, should undergo the loss in momentum, right? And as a result of this, the corresponding, I have asked that what is the force exerted by the particle on the ground. So if this is the force on particle, if this is what am I indicating, it is on the particle, then force on the ground will be like this. Force on ground, right? It will be like this, isn't it? Yes or no? Well, so we will calculate the magnitude of the change of momentum. Since first point we can write down the particle loses its velocity by 30%, means it holds its velocity magnitude 70% of the striking velocity. Yes or no? Can we interpret like this? If it is losing its velocity by 30%, means it is holding its velocity by 70%. So therefore, if we consider mv1 is the momentum of before striking, so mv2 may be the momentum after impact, after making impact. So the rebouncing velocity v2 is 70%, means 70 by 100 of v1, okay, and v1 velocity can be known as, because it is falling through a height h. Yeah. Yes, Ittad. Since v1 can be written under root of 2gh, V1 can be written under root of 2gh, yes. So we know that 2 into g taking 10 height through which it falls 20. So it is under root of 400 means striking velocity is numerically 20 meter per second. So if striking velocity is 20 meter per second, so rebouncing will be 7 by 10 of 20, right? So it is 14 meter per second. So particle strikes with the velocity 20 meter per second and rebounds with the velocity magnitude of 14 meter per second. Is that clear? Are you all getting it? So therefore we can say loss in momentum of the particle after collision. Got it? Loss in momentum of the particle after collision, that we can write down m into v1 minus m into v2. Yes or no? We can write down m into v1 minus m into v2. Why we are doing minus? The reason behind, if I take downward is the positive direction of considering the momentum vector, momentum being the vector quantity. If I take downward positive, then obviously the upward direction I must take negative. If I take downward direction positive, then upward direction must be taking negative. So that's why we should write down it is something like that, mv1 minus mv2, because mv2 is negative momentum, because reference frame in our act should maintain same. If we are considering the downward is positive, then corresponding upward will be negative. So it will be m into v1 minus v1 plus of v2. Calculation will be m into v1 plus of v2. m is 1 kg, v1 was 20, v2 was 14. So here we can write down it is 1 into 20 plus 14 means it is 34 kg meter per second. So change of momentum we are calculating it as 34 kg meter per second, and this change is taken place in a time span of how much? 0.02 second. So therefore force is equal to change in momentum, that is delta mv, that this symbol represents change in momentum divided by time taken. Change in momentum we have calculated 34 divided by 0.02, right? So will it be 1700 Newton? Will it be 1700 Newton? Got it now? Are you getting me? All of you could understand the discussion. What I did, first of all, due to a free fall through a height of 20 meter, we can come to know about V1, and that V1 we can write down using V square equal to U square plus 2AS formula. So 2GH, we are getting it as 20 meter per second. So particle reaches the ground with the speed of 20 meter per second. So it is striking the ground with that 20 meter per second, and the collision between the particle and the ground surface holds for a time span of 0.02 second, and after completing this time, it is observed that particle rebounds is losing its velocity magnitude by 30%. So if the particle loses its velocity by 30%, that does mean it holds its velocity 70%. Okay, so if the striking magnitude was 20 meter per second, then rebounding velocity, that should be 70% of V1. So as we have calculated V1 20, so V2, the rebounding one, is coming 14 meter per second. So therefore change of momentum of the particle as a result of collision it is losing its momentum because the impact was on the particle against the motion, so particle will definitely undergoes loss of momentum. So therefore mv1 minus of minus mv2, that means mv1 plus mv2 will be the change in momentum value of the particle as a result of the collision. So that we have calculated, it's 34. So 34 divided by the time taken to undergoes that change, which is the duration of the impact, which is given 0.02 second. So therefore 34 divided by 0.02, that comes 1700 Newton. Is it okay?